A fast and luxurious coupe that's ready to cross continents. Grand touring is in Maserati's blood. The storied Italian marque's back catalog is filled with elegant two doors designed to whisk their occupants and their luggage across continents at high speed and in great luxury. And the new 2024 Maserati GranTurismo hews to that tradition. It's elegant and fast, with plenty of room for two people and their bags, and once for nothing when it comes to luxury appointments. The 2024 Maserati GranTurismo looks a lot like its Pininfarina designed predecessor, its overall design evolutionary rather than revolutionary. And that's exactly what in-house Maserati design chief Klaus Busse intended. "I will not be offended if anyone says it looks like the previous car," he says. "That was the whole idea. The previous car was an icon, so we didn't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater." But while the new GranTurismo appears familiar from a distance, with the same general proportions and a similar greenhouse to its predecessor, up close and personal, it's absolutely its own thing. A more sophisticated take on the previous car's theme in terms of its crisp detailing and surfaces pulled tightly over muscle underneath. Inside is a tasteful new interior with a new digital instrument panel and the same twin-screen navigation/infotainment/climate control setup used in the Grecale SUV. Slightly longer and wider overall than the previous model, but half an inch shorter in the wheelbase, the 2024 GranTurismo rolls on a brand new Maserati platform that will also underpin the next generation Quattroporte. What makes this platform's architecture so critical to Maserati's future is that it was designed from the outset to accommodate both internal combustion engine, ICE, and EV powertrains. Convergence platforms like these invariably involve compromises as engineers attempt to find solutions that work for both. You have to be able to package an ICE and all its ancillaries, including a gas tank, while also having room in a structure that's strong enough to carry a big, heavy battery. Maserati GranTurismo chief engineer David Dannison doesn't disagree, but his team hit on a novel approach to mitigate the downsides. It looked at every component in the car's structure, and if the engineers could make a part work with the EV powertrain with no more than a 5% weight penalty over an ICE-optimized part, the part was shared. If not, the EV platform got its own unique pieces. You can read more about the EV version, the GranTurismo Folgore, in our first drive story. Here, we're focusing on the ICE models. There are two ICE 2024 Maserati GranTurismo variants, the Trofeo and the Modena. Both are powered by the wet sump version of Maserati's brilliant 3.0-liter, twin-turbo Nettuno V6, which drives all four wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Both have multi-link suspension all-round and air springs with electronic damping control, plus vented brakes with 6-piston Brembo calipers up front and 4-piston units at the rear, and both roll on 20-inch front and 21-inch rear aluminum wheels shod with, respectively, 265/35 and 295/30 Pirelli P0 or Goodyear F1 tires. Overall, Maserati's new GranTurismo feels as confidently relaxed and capable as you want a continent-crushing Grand Tourer to be. It loafs along at 100 miles per hour in 8th gear, the Nettuno V6 turning just 2,300 revolutions per minute. On light throttle, one-cylinder bank will shut down to help the car achieve what Maserati says is best-in-class fuel efficiency. Left to its own devices in the default GT drive mode, the 8-speed transmission's kickdown response feels just a tad leisurely, but once it's dropped a few gears and the torque needle is above 4,000 revolutions per minute, the Maserati lunges forward with a bellow. The GranTurismo is also happy mooching around at low speeds on light throttle, though under these conditions the Nettuno V6 sounds decidedly grumbly, more than it does in a Grecale Trofeo SUV or MC20 supercar driven the same way. The ride quality, at least over the rough and tumble roads on our test drive route outside of Rome, doesn't have the oily sheen of an Aston Martin DB11 V8. The vertical motions are sharper, even in GT mode, and the body motions are not quite as cleverly controlled. There was also noticeable impact harshness from the tires on occasion, though we must note all the testers were shod with Pirelli P0 winter tires, which have a different construction and tread pattern to the summer tires for which the GranTurismo's suspension has been tuned. The Trofeo's Corsa mode definitely allows you to have fun with the throttle, but it's best left for roads you know and where you have room to play. It doesn't take much ambition to get a twitch from the rear axle when you go to power, but the chassis telegraphs its punch as well. It has all-wheel drive, but the GranTurismo feels like a classic rear driver. And that's a good thing. Equipment levels are high. In addition to the 12.2